How is it that psychopaths can love bomb you 1 minute, devalue you instantaneously, and move on to another target so quickly? The answer actually lies in the way that their brains are wired differently from others, and their propensity for boredom and thrill seeking. See, a psychopath actually requires constant stimulation, and they want high sensation seeking. Some studies point to their hyperactive dopamine reward system in order to explain why they crave that intense high and dopamine rush in order to gain a thrill, and connects it to their ability to engage in really reckless, impulsive activities that may harm themselves or others, which might explain, at least partially, their need to gain a sense of reward at all costs because they get such a bigger dopamine rush than other people. Other studies point to reduced dopamine receptor sensitivity, which may explain why a psychopath may need a bigger thrill than other people to even get that sense of reward. You may be wondering to yourself, why did the psychopath love bomb me so intensely and seem so fixated on me 1 second? Then they ran off with their secretary the next second. How are they able to do that so quickly and so unapologetically with no remorse, no kind of empathy for others? It's because they saw you as a fixation, as a thrill. They saw you as their current obsession, and their attention can go to something else very. Whatever may be the case, clear that their reward system is different and set up differently in many ways than others. And this may vary based on what subtype of psychopathy they meet the criteria for, whether it's primary psychopathy, which is more fearless and less impulsive, versus secondary psychopathy, which can be more impulsive, less successful. To simplify it a little bit more, the white collar criminal versus the career criminal, right? The one who's always in jail versus the one who's a CEO. But that is one of the reasons that you may find a psychopath constantly living double lives, duping others, conning others, all for a thrill. Why they don't seem to fear consequences as much, not as sensitive to consequences as other people because of the way that their brains process and respond to dopamine. Relationships are all part of their big con artistry. Relationships are just another big con for them. They move on to whoever is giving them the most benefit, the biggest thrill at the time, and it's so thrilling for them to lead these double lives and to be able to love bomb, devalue, and discard victims quickly. Much like narcissists, they also experience malicious envy. So if they came into the relationship thinking that you surpass them in many ways, often you do because they're parasitic and they try to hang on to people who are high status and have resources, have talents and skills that they don't, then what are they going to do? They might gravitate towards your beauty and your talents and your intelligence in the beginning, but then they'll try to humble you just like a narcissist would.